Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we will play a little bit with geometry, and the important thing for you to know is that we will cover maybe just 1 or 2% of all the things which you can do in Dynamo regarding the geometry. The first thing which we'll cover in this video is how to convert elements into the solids. Element inside the Revit and inside the Dynamo can be anything. It can be wall, window, duct, pipe, cable tray, whatever. So my idea is that for some family which I already have in the Revit, I want to convert that into the solid, and then we will project some reference point and create some new points. After that we will see how inside the Dynamo to insert a new family inside the Revit project, and that is why we need the origin point for that new family. That new family will have maybe 5 or 6 parameters. We will basically connect those parameters that family has and the Dynamo, and I will show you how easily it is to control those parameters and family geometry inside the Dynamo. So let's go to Revit. This is some shoe bench or shoe rack which I need to build in my home. So I did quickly model this family in order to see how that will look when I create that. And this is just like a quick sketch, and materials are not good, but later in CATIA I will model all those pieces of wood again and produce technical documentation and send to the store so I can actually create this shoe rack. And we already know how to run Dynamo, so we need to go to Manage tab and click on this Dynamo icon. And now if we want to create new script, we need to go to New. And now we will start with this script in the same way like we start with learning of interface and basic commands in the previous video. And I know that my family is a category of furniture, so I will call node for category. And I want all elements of category. I will connect these two nodes. I will pick furniture. And of course I'm in this automatic mode. So I have here my shoe bench, and that is okay. If you switch to this 3D preview and you out zoom, you will not be able to see that geometry until you convert those elements to solid. Two important options that we have in order to manipulate with this view is to pan and rotate or orbit. You can click on that, drag with the left click, so you hold your left click and move your mouse and you will be able to orbit. And the important thing to know is when you switch to this graph view and now try to move some node, you will not be able to do that. But when this happens, just remember that you need to go back to 3D preview and deactivate orbit or pan options. And now when you go to graph view, now you can move nodes again. Okay, so now we want to convert element to solid. So we will try to find element solid, and this node will be good. So we will connect element, and we will now have the solid. And depend of the origin of that family inside the Revit project, you will probably need to out zoom a little bit. Here it is, and now we will rotate this. Now this is our solid geometry. And when you take a look to the output of this node, you will see that you actually have 12 solids. Those solids are basically the pieces which I model inside my family. And this is our shoe bench. My idea is to place right next to that family umbrella holder. So I need to have some point which will be origin for the new family. And I want to create that new point, but I also want to have some reference point from this existing solid. I will proceed now with a solid at index 2, and from those pieces I will create some reference point. We need that get item by index. We already used that in the previous video, So we will connect a list. We need to tell which index do we need. So we need solid with index 2. And you already know that this is the first level of the list and this is the second level of the list. So if I just connect this, I will not have any result. Why? Because the list is out of range. So if I take a look just this first level, I have only one element, I have only index 0. So I did ask from this node to give me elements at index 2, and at first level we don't have index 2. So of course, again, we need to use the levels, and now everything is okay. Now we will have just that solid. And now if I don't want to see all elements from this solid, I can right click on this node and check out that preview option. So this is not visible anymore. The only thing which is visible is the element in this node. And that is okay. I will just move this a little bit down. And now if I want quickly to know the center point of these two elements, I can use following node. So this is the node for center it. I will connect the solid and output will be the center point of that solid. So it is a center point in every way. And now my future point needs to be somewhere on the right side. And also I would like to change for this new point to have a z coordinate 0 to be on the ground. So let's start playing with that. And when we want to create new point, we can go in this category geometry, subcategory points, again subcategory points, and you can create a point on a couple of ways. And for this script and for this purpose, I will use this node that create a point by coordinates and only use x and y coordinate. So the z component will be 0. I will need to deliver to this node some numbers for x and y coordinates, and these y coordinates I would like to match y coordinate from this point, and only that x coordinate I want to increase to be somewhere here. So I cannot directly connect this point and y coordinate because this is not a number, this is a point. So if I want to take these components for a reference, I can, again, I'm in the same subcategory. I will just insert those two nodes, place it somewhere here, and now I will connect the reference point. And the output from these nodes will be a number. Now we said that this y component should be the same. So it is the same, but our x coordinate should be somewhere here. And I would like to insert the number slider so I can quickly change that position. So if I type a number, in the result from this search, I will also have a number slider. And in order to change the values inside this number slider, you can click on this arrow. So let's allow that minimal value be 100, maximal let's set to be 2 meters, and the step should be 100 millimeters. I will place this here, and now I have a reference point and the value for the reference point. I don't know exactly where I want to insert that new point, so I want to use a slider. Now, if we insert this plus operator, we can easily calculate the total value for our x part of the point. So now when I start playing with those values, you can see that that point is moving around, and let's say that 1 meter is enough. We will place our new family here, and we will see if we need to change that in the future. So that is okay, we have our point here, but how we will insert, and we have some warnings. Dynamo basically tells us that in order to increase precision in our script, we should change these settings. So if I go settings and I go to geometry scaling, I will use this large option, apply change, and this warning will disappear. That is okay. Now we need the nodes which will actually insert that new family. First of all, we need to find that family. So if I start typing family, I will find these family types. I will insert that node. And now I need to find my family. I know that family name and family type for this new family is umbrella holder. And now we just need to find that node which will take this point and this family type and insert that inside the Revit and inside the Dynamo. And let's try to find that node. So I will type family instance. And I know that node for the point is in this subcategory. So I will click to go in that subcategory, and the node which we are looking for is this node. And it's very simple. We need to tell him which family type we want, this family type, and where we want to insert that new family. We want to insert on this point. And now we have lots of warnings. And let's see why we have them and how we will resolve them. But first, now we have a warning, must be non-negative, so output from this node is solid and null, and yes, so now we don't have just one solid, now we have two solids inside our script. So we have our first level of this list of solids contain two elements. Solid number one is that shoe rack, and solid number two is that new family which we insert, and that is because we say okay, took all furniture, and all furniture are not just any more elements, we have now two elements, and because of that now we have all those warnings. So we can resolve this in a couple of ways. Our solid will remain on the index 2. I can just flat this list and everything I think will be okay. So if I insert the node which will flatten the list, I just type flat, I will use this flatten, connect it here and here. Now everything is okay. So let's see what this new node actually done with our list. Basically, if you have some levels that and you want that all elements be in the same level, and you don't want to delete anything, you basically just connect that to the list flatten, and now level 1 and level 2 are just one level, and as we said, we need that element with index 2, nothing is changed regarding that, so now everything is okay. Okay, and now let's see our new member here. So we insert that family inside the Dynamo. Of course, we insert that family inside the Revit too. Here it is. And I did create this family for umbrella holder in a way that I can play with the geometry. So if we take a look inside the Revit, when we click on the family, we have some number of parameters, and every parameter will change geometry of this family. So now I want to link those parameters and Dynamo. How we will connect parameters and family? We will find the same node which we used in the previous video. So if I type set PA, I can scroll down and find this node set parameter by name. And we already see in the last video that this node asks for three things. So first of all is the element, and we have our element here. Second thing is parameter name. I will resize this window and I will click on this family, so I can see all parameter names. In the previous video I show you how you can generate new string. There is one more way, and I prefer that way. I want to use that code block, and we said we can call code block double click. So when you want to generate new string, you need to use those quotation marks. And now we will say height. We will connect that to the element set parameter by name. And what will be the new value? We want to set again values with slider. So we want to use a slider. We will set up this slider later. But for now, we want to pick all parameters and to connect that with this family. I will copy that a couple of times and change parameter names. And it looks like this script stuck. It seems like Dynamo step in some infinite loop and probably it will collapse. And it is good for this kind of stuff to switch to that manual mode. And when you make all the changes and set up all parameters and values, then you can switch back to automatic view. And Dynamo does not responding, so I will close this and start over. So I did open Revit again, and I will go to my script. I did save my script a couple of minutes before Dynamo crash, so we will continue now. And we said that we need that new node in order to set new values for parameters. So if we type set PA, we will find set parameter by name. This time we did learn the lesson, so I changed this option for running a script. I did go to the manual mode. So now I can connect the element. As we said, I will click on this family so I can read all parameter names. We will create a string by using code block. Double click will call code block. For string we need to use quotation marks. So if I type height and connect that to be parameter name, new value will be slider. We will set up slider later. And now I need to copy this a couple of times. And now I need to change parameter names. Now regarding the slider and the values, we will set up some default values. So let's allow that minimal height for this holder be, let's say, 300 millimeters. Maximal, let's allow to be 1.5 meters. Step can be 200 millimeters. And we will change the name of this number slider because we will declare this node to be an input, so we can run this script from Dynamo Player if we want. And I will double click on this node and I will say this is the holder height. And in order to make this as an input, I need to right click on this node and to check in that is input. And that's it. And now when we set all those parameters, we will give them some default values. And at the moment when I run the script, all those new parameters for our holder will receive new values. So we will instantly change geometry. We can look at that change inside the Dynamo or inside the Revit. And now let's run the script. If we go to Dynamo, orbit, now let's play with those values. I will now save my script again, switch this to automatic so I can instantly see the changes. So let's say that we want to lower this height. 700 is okay. Bottom should be 70, top let it be 125, void, let's play with start point. Okay, now let's increase the height. Okay, okay, and we can change this angle. But the thing with the angle is it's not like this family collapse, just visibility of that angle will be better in Revit. And basically that's it. Let's recap one more time. So in this video we learn how to convert element to solid, how to find some reference point, how to create new point, and after all of that we learn how to insert some new family inside our project. And if you create that family in a way like I did with this holder, so I can play with parameters and geometry, this is the way how you will link all those parameters, and easily with these sliders you can pretty quickly create end product. And also don't forget this slider here, we said for position we can play with this slider, so because this family use this origin point, we can quickly move that family around the building or around the project. And also do not forget that we declared all those sliders as inputs. So now if you save this script, close it, and now if we delete this family and we want to repeat this script by using Dynamo Player, as always we need to find that script. And now before you run this script, you can click on this icon here to edit inputs, and now you can see all those values for number sliders that we have inside our list. As I can see here, we didn't check all sliders to be inputs, but let's run the script. We can see our element here, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.